In the last 2 days, hundreds of IndiGo flights have been cancelled, leading to a lot of distress amongst common people. How is this issue getting resolved? Well, the ministry has stepped in and inquiry has been ordered in. But what is the way forward? Joining us now is Civil Aviation Minister Mohan Naidu. Mr. Naidu, first of all, when is this issue getting resolved?
I can say at this moment of time that it is on the verge of getting resolved. The major congestion has happened in the metro airports, and we have been monitoring not only metro airports but airports across the country, and we are seeing all the metro airports, most of them Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, they have been cleared right now with all the backlogs that were of passengers that were there for last 2 days, and the other ones also will be finished by tonight. And with limited capacity, IndiGo is going to start operations again from tomorrow, and as the operations settle down, they are going to increase the capacity. But in terms of passengers not facing a problem, you will see that happening from tomorrow. And the full capacity of IndiGo operations getting back will probably take a couple of more days.
Right. Mr. Naidu, this has been a very bad operational crisis. The question that's being asked is, how did the DGCA or ministry not preempt something like this?
So this one reason how this has come to happening is the November 1st FDTL new guidelines that have come into place. And this is 1 month back. From the incident that we are talking about, and for the 1 month we have been monitoring, we have been discussing with the airlines, and things were going as normal. And last week also, when this Airbus 320, the EASA is given a guidelines, a directive to do the software upgradation, where 323 aircrafts were supposed to be going under the software upgradation. Then DGCA itself, along with the airlines and all, they've sat together, and within a day itself, without any cancellation, they have done the major upgrade, which is a big thing when you are handling that kind of capacity. And even then also, this kind of issue was not visible at that time. So I would say that this is not something which has skipped our kind of regulation or anything. We have been thoroughly monitoring, and we have been discussing with the airlines also. And we have given them multiple forums for them to tell us if such a situation is supposed to be happening. So that is why we have put a committee today to inquire into this, how suddenly this has happened at this point of time. So we are going to thoroughly inquire into this and find the people at fault and are going to take action on them.
What is your expectation from the inquiry? I know that 15 days is the time that's been set for them, but what have been your special instructions?
So visibly we have seen that there is adherence to the guidelines, FDTL guidelines, but because that is the major reason that's being shown, that the new guidelines kind of affected this issue to come into place. So our side, we are saying that, see, other airlines have also had to follow, and they have no issue from that. Whatever this issue that we are talking about is strictly related to IndiGo Airlines. So IndiGo, the fault is at IndiGo, not at the major level or not at ministry level or some other level. If there was something problem regarding the FDTL or something from the ministry, all the airlines should have faced a problem. But that is not the case here. So the expectation is that within IndiGo, what has been the problem, that this incident had to come at December 3rd, 4th, this incident had to happen. So we are thoroughly going to inquire into it. And once we find the fault and once the report is done on this, we are going to take action on this. That is also very clear from the ministry.
So there could be some action, there could be penalties as well?
There could not, it's not could be, it will be. There will be action on them, because this is not something which we want to entertain. This is, we are very clear that the focus from the ministry is the passenger. Why we are discussing all this, why we are working, why we want the airlines to grow their capacity, why we are saying that the aviation is one of the best in the countries. It is because we want the best facilities to be there for the passengers. When that is being affected, it is our job, it is our responsibility to ensure that these kind of incidents don't happen next time. So that we are very, very clear that the action is going to follow the inquiry.
Mr. Naidu, the BDTL guidelines were also seen as a move in reform, because pilot rest, the rest of the crew was also seen as essential for air safety. How are you going to ensure air safety of passengers, especially now that this, it's been put on hold?
So that is why we have given the abeyance only for a temporary period, because here also we want the passengers who have already booked, who are looking forward to travel in this season, especially this holiday season, we want them to have good, smooth operations in place. Now, because the IndiGo is facing a problem with the FDTL, this thing, until they sort out their problem, we have put this in abeyance. But we are also going to ensure in a phased manner they approach the situation where they follow the FDTL guidelines. So while we have given the abeyance, and it is strictly mentioned there, it is temporary. It is temporary. And while we are giving this abeyance, every 15 days, DGCA, ministry, everyone is going to sit and monitor how they are getting back on track to the new FDTL guidelines, which the other airlines are following. So this is not just something which have left it to the open. It is a very limited time that we have given, and within that limited time, they have to follow the new FDTL guidelines.
Mr. Naidu, when surge pricing takes place, and that's what we've seen in the last 2 days with the other airlines charging the passengers a lot more money than usual, how is the government looking at this aspect?
By now, I am also aware that when situations like this happen, there is a certain effect on the airfares also. So for that, I have proactively, in fact, from the ministry, proactively engaged with all the airlines. We have strictly instructed them that the airfares shouldn't take any kind of hit because of this. Everything has to be in a reasonable manner. Everything has to be controlled in this time. We have to put focus on the passenger itself. We have to put priority on the convenience and comfort we are giving at the airports itself. So everyone is aligned to it, where it is going to be a strict monitoring from us also in this period. And because we also see this is a fog season, the fog season has its own weather difficulty also coming in, but we are very thoroughly prepared for the fog season also. So we are going to put additional efforts into the monitoring situation and ensure the normalcy. The first priority from the ministry is to bring normalcy into place and smoothen the operations that are going on and slowly increase the capacity and ensure that the guidelines in terms of safety and everything are not compromised, are thoroughly followed.
And how are you going to ensure that the carriers at least provide basic care to passengers who have been stranded, including food, water, and announcements that are timely?
So that itself, we have. I've taken a special meeting with all the airport directors across the country, more than 100 airports. We have all engaged with them. A strict instruction has gone to all of them that the communication has to be given in real time, and proper communication has to be given. There shouldn't be any gap in that side. And also the collaboration between all the stakeholders, the airport operators also should take responsibility in doing it. Especially we have seen a lot of people at the airports for long times being waiting. So all the facilities at the airports, especially the food, water, accommodation and sanitation, everything should be thoroughly taken care of. So with a lot of depth, in our review, especially engaging to the point that if there is any delay in baggage also, we have gone to that situation where we have discussed about the baggage being delivered to them within that stipulated time. There shouldn't be any delay in ground handling. So each and every aspect where the passenger feels he might face a discomfort or he has been facing, that has been thoroughly discussed, and we have put the airport operators responsible for giving the last mile effort to the passengers. So we are ensuring, we are going to engage with them tomorrow also. So in a timely way, we are getting all the reports. We have a control room at the ministry now, and it has been set up a few months ago, and that is also actively engaging. We have a control room number also, and we are taking feedback from all. In fact, from the media, from the social media, and from all kinds of sources that we have, we are taking and we are engaging on it. We are immediately reacting on it.
Okay, my last question to you, sir. Is this also time to review India's dependency on one or two carriers? And this is something we've talked about. What is the ministry's larger planning with regard to this?
I'm glad that you remember, because the plan from the ministry is that the kind of demand India is creating today, we need more airline operators in the country. Not just 2 that we have today. India has the capacity to have 5 big airline operators in the country. And the intention from the government is to facilitate for that. We talk about majorly 2 airlines, IndiGo and Air India, but we also have SpiceJet. We also have Akasa, which is coming up. We have Airlines Air, which is also operating ATRs in the country. We have Star One, we have India One, Fly Big, Fly 91. So we have smaller players also in the market already. What we are trying to do, encourage the small players to buy more planes and operate more planes. And we have also given NOC for new people also to come into the industry. We are creating that kind of passion in the industry that more people can come in, because this is the right time to invest in an airline in India. That is the demand. Why do you see that so many, if you look at the occupancy load factor in the country, even today, if you see with this crisis, of IndiGo, there is 95 to 98% load factor. It means that people are traveling. People want to travel by air. That demand is there. This is when you need to facilitate them with more aircrafts, and we have a lot of orders pending, but we need more airlines also to come in. And from the ministry, we are very clear that we want to encourage more people to come into this. If you remember, we have also passed an act in the parliament. This is also specifically related to leasing industry. We want to increase the leasing industry norms in the country, facilitate for that. That also helps in having more airlines in the country. So all the efforts that we are putting, in a way, we want to encourage more people to come in.
Right. India's aircraft carriers will not be allowed to bring India's skies to a standstill. This is Aviation Minister Mohan Naidu talking about the moves that the DGCA and the ministry have taken to resolve the operational crisis in IndiGo. With Azam Siddiqui, this is Vasudha Venugopal for NDTV.